I have created a rod for my own back. We're not surprised. Welcome to Crimson Guitars, welcome to an interstitial episode with the hand tool only build. One where, well, I'm going to have to design a new tool. I need to glue this bridge on, and none of my clamps are long enough to reach where the bridge is, or at least the ones that are far too bulky to get in here. Because obviously we've made a travel guitar, it's super thin. Now this instrument, made out of a 4x4 mahogany fence post, it's something that has been ongoing for a long time, for which I apologize, and it is coming to completion now. What I wanted to do, my inclination was to create a fantastically complex and complicated hydraulic, if at all humanly possible, spider-based scissor lift kind of a system. And then I slapped myself in the face and said, no, keep it simple, stupid. Essentially, I need to be able to clamp this guitar from the outside without caving it in. I've had some ideas, and it involves mahogany because, hey, why not? So the long ones can't actually reach what I need because the hole isn't quite big enough. I considered making a clamping system where you put the inners in, you put that lower bar inside the guitar and then screw it back together again and essentially construct it internally. But that's not necessary. What I am going to do is take a wedge system and essentially, as the central diamond pushes through, it pushes these beasties up, and I'll be able to solidify the whole instrument internally and then clamp from the outside. Much easier. Clear the bench. Now, in the interests of actually having square edges, I had these made up on the CNC machine. Just need a little bit of a sand because, hey, perfection in all things. Or if that's your goal, attempted perfection in all things, you might get, part way there. The idea requires a hole all the way through that. Should have machined it with a nice flat edge there already. Unnecessarily tiny? Yes. Fun to use? Not particularly. Cool as? Undeniably. Yeah. You don't need to watch a man drilling a hole on a billet drill. Not quite centered, but that'll be fine. Okay, so the process is, I've got a bolt and a lock screw, or a knurled thumb nut, I suppose. I need to lock that in place. Let's say about that. Well, that was fun. And that now sits on there, and I can pull these. I can pull them up like so. How can you pull them up like so, Ben? There's no thread. It all falls apart here. Or does it? A slip joint, my friends. Is that what it's called? Slip joint? Must be called a slip joint. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm going to take some masking tape. If I was cutting this with a saw by hand, I would have drilled these holes before now, but that is not the case. I'm overcomplicating my life, of course. Now what I need is a hole vertically through these two pieces. Big enough for one of these. I think it comes off a bed bolt actually, but Yeah, works fine. Who needs a pillar drill? Okay, and here is the basic concept. That nut sits in between these two, like so. Nope, like so. I know what I'm doing. And as you tighten that, it pushes them apart. I need to make that shorter, cut the end off, and we're golden. Prototyping process. I also need to lock these two pieces so they don't just fall apart, like so. Welcome to day 2 of this half-hour project. So for the purposes of this build, I need 42 millimeters, and that means I don't need to worry about recessing that bolt into those edges. And we're up to 46, more than enough. So I took a break and ordered some longer bolts. Which come incredibly well packed. Why the hell? Okay. Now the longer bolt is to allow me to have more adjustment or easier adjustment from inside the sound hole. I'm dropping nuts and bolts absolutely everywhere. Okay, let's get these locked off properly. And now we sort this out. And I'm just going to use a couple of these little springs on either side. I could just drill all the way through and not have to drill 8 holes. Both of those, just done by eye, actually met up with the other side. Now the interesting thing is it's self-leveling, so if you're on a inside of a curved surface or you've got something in the way, it's going to sort of self-level and do its thing. What I'd also like to do is have a couple of magnets on this side, and you can have various height bits of wood that you can just stick to it, and you've got now a very, very flexible multi-clamp for putting internal pressure on things. And yeah, I'm quite happy with this. What do you think? It's all sliding in there. What 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 parts plus 8 screws, and I think it's probably exactly as complicated as a basic scissor lift system. But I had fun and I got to make something with wood. Let me know what you think of this design. Is it a tool that you would find useful? What would you find it useful for? Because as we all know, every tool has multiple different things to which it could be put to use. I'm interested in your opinion. Thanks for watching. I'm going to crack on with the hand tool build. We're going to see that one completed immediately, imminently. That, then an SG, and well, there's a lot of fun stuff happening. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. We've now got to make another at least 3 of these. Do you want one? If you want one of these, email us, and hell, maybe it's something we could put into production, save you the hassle of what I've just gone through. Goodbye.